Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making today is a delicious batch of rhubarb bread. Of course, right now rhubarb is not in season. I'm sure you can get it frozen, or you can probably get some frozen yourself. I know I do because we pick lots from my mom's garden every year. I've had a few requests for some more recipes for rhubarb, and of course I am excited about this one. This is a delicious loaf of rhubarb bread and you're going to love it. So if you're interested, stick around and let's get started. So what I'm going to be using here first is 3/4 of a cup of butter or margarine, and I got it partly nooked. You can have room temperature if you took it out in time. And then I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar, and that's all you need to do now. And then all you need to do then is blend this together. You could use a mixer or a wooden spoon, whatever you want to use. So pretty much all I'm going to do here now is just blend this together until it's all combined. You've blended 2 of those ingredients together. Put in a teaspoonful of vanilla and just smooth that in. I got 1 cup here of evaporated milk. You can also use buttermilk. And this evaporated milk can, when you got some left in it, you could use the top of a Pringle chip package, put it on top, and that'll just cover it for you. So you don't need to toss it, you can just save and no waste. So now that's a little tip. I'm going to put the cup of milk on into our mixture. We're going to be using 1 egg. I'm just going to check it first, and then I'm going to just mix it around lightly. You're just going to toss that on in your bowl as well. So right now you're just going to mix this around, but really it's not going to blend in because it's just the butter and sugar mixture. So that's okay if it's left liquid like this. We're going to get ready to sift in our flour, but before we do that, I'm going to chop up 1/4 cup of nuts. I'm using walnuts, and 1.5 cups of rhubarb. So what I got here, I vacuum sealed some rhubarb from my mom's garden last fall, and so I'm going to take 1.5 cups from that, and I got 1/4 cup of walnuts. I'm just going to chop this fine like this. Just toss it back into the bowl until we're ready to use it. And now I'm going to put out there 1.5 cups of my frozen rhubarb and chop that into little pieces. So pretty much all you're going to do with your frozen rhubarb or fresh, you're going to chop into little small pieces. And it's okay if it's frozen, it'll still taste amazing. Chop it like this. So after you've chopped it in or diced it into small pieces, then take it and put it into a cup, measuring cup or a bowl until you're ready to use it. So that's 1.5 cups. So what we're going to do now is sift in 2 cups of flour, and I got 2.5 cups of flour here, but I'm keeping half to put the rhubarb in and to powder that around. We're going to sift it in with 1/2 teaspoonful of sea salt or regular table salt and 1 teaspoonful of baking soda. So just sift that on into the bowl. So just sift it on in like this. So all you need to do now is just fold all of these ingredients in together. Now what I recommend that when you're making anything or getting ready to cook anything, measure out everything first. Have it there available in front of you so that you don't have to be wondering if you put it in already. So that's kind of a little pointer there for you for getting ready to bake anything or to cook anything. Have it it already. So stir it all in like this. And then what we're going to do now is sift in the rest of the flour, but we're going to coat those pieces of rhubarb. So I'm going to put the frozen rhubarb, because I got no fresh, in this sifter with the flour, and I'm just going to sift it through like this, only because I wanted to coat the rhubarb so it don't fall to the bottom of the bread, and then toss that on in to your pan like that. That's all you need to do there. So now we're going to fold this into our batter. Pretty much that's all you're going to do there. I'm going to toss in the chopped walnuts. Now if you don't like walnuts, you could use a nut of your choice. And that's all you need to do there. So what you would need now is 2 9x5 loaf pans, and this is the ones I use for my bread, or you could have a larger one. So you'll make 2 small ones out of this mixture, or 1 large one. So I'm just going to oil the bottom first with a little bit of butter. And again, my pans here, they're usually pretty good. I don't normally have to put anything in it, but sometimes I do like to put a little bit of fresh butter. And now I'm going to take the batter and scoop into it. So all I'm going to do now is half this up, put half of the batter into one pan and the other half into the other pan. And so now that's all you need to do there. We'll smooth it in nice. Just going to scoop it in there first. So take every little taste away from your bowl using a spatula, and then brush this down like this to flatten it into your pan evenly on both sides. Now this don't look like very much in those 2 pans, but with the baking soda it starts to rise up, and you certainly don't want for it to come out over the pans into your oven. But if you want to make a big loaf, you could put both of this into the one. What you would bake it on is 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll put it in there for 60 minutes or until knife tender. I'm going to say put the knife in, it comes out clean, you know that it's baked. Lucky for us, I got 2 here done in advance, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, what I got here now is 2 delicious loaves of rhubarb bread. One I kept in full so you can see what it looks like. The other one I got cut into pieces. I'm going to douse it a little tiny bit with some confectionary sugar. Bring you in a little closer, let you see it, and I'm going to have a taste. Now you know you got to have a cup of tea with this delicious rhubarb bread. And as you can see here, absolutely delicious. I'll get you this piece here. You can see more of the rhubarb and the nuts in there. And actually the rhubarb blends in there really good. You don't see it like a ton, but the flavor is there. So now I'm going to have a little taste. Can't wait to have a taste of this. Now this is how easy it is to make this delicious rhubarb bread, and I know that Raymond is waiting for a little taste, so I'm going to pass him a little tiny taste there. So if you guys are interested in this recipe, of course I'm going to post it there in under this video. I'm going to have a little taste first. So delicious. The flavor of the rhubarb going through that bread, plus the crunch of the nuts. Again, 2 of my favorite. Delicious. I can't wait to finish that piece of rhubarb bread. Again, if you would like a copy of our recipe, I'll post it under this video. Just hit the see more, the recipe will drop down for you. Also, our subscribe button is there if you haven't already done so. Just hit the subscribe button, and each time we post a new video, you will get a notification. You can also visit us on our Facebook page. We post viewers' requests, different photos of viewers baking and their cooking that they've made from Bonita's Kitchen. We also would provide recipes on our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com. Now a little taste. So, I thank each and every one of you for joining us here today. Your time is precious and we appreciate it. We hope everybody is keeping safe from our kitchen to yours. Thank you for joining us and you have a wonderful day.
Join us by the sea, our journey in culinary, always an open door. Bonita's kitchen to yours. Bonita's kitchen to yours.